Right now at 6, a Carthage woman has been charged with murder and armed criminal action following a fatal shooting Friday night.
And we've got clouds already starting to increase for some of us. Our temperatures, though, increasing as well. A look at your forecast coming up.
Plus, fire breaks out at the Joplin transfer station on West 7th Street, with flames burning and trash outside the facility.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KYM Morning News. At 6 a.m., I'm Samantha Walker.
And I'm Chris Warner. It is Tuesday, December the 16th. Happy Tuesday to everybody. And we're in the 6 o'clock hour, so I think things will get better here. We didn't really, Monday wasn't bad here at the station, but our Tuesday has certainly been a very Monday-like start to the day.
Nothing particularly terrible, but just little things that you're like, oh my goodness. Yeah. What are the chances that's happening right now?
I know. It's always those things that happen when you're out of time to do anything about it. It can't happen at 3:30 in the morning when, you've got time to take care of the problem. You're like, oh, okay, let's solve this. It happens at the last second. You're like, I have no time to fix this. So all we can do is hope that it works. Yeah. That happens sometimes. But again, hopefully your Monday was good. Hopefully your Tuesday is good as well. And I mean, you guys at home, you all know what we're talking about, though. Sometimes it just happens. And you know what else is happening?
What else is happening, Chris?
Temperatures are warming up. How warm is it? I'm not Johnny Carson. I can't even be Johnny Carson, but it will be above average today, and it'll be just a smidge warmer, still breezy. Let's start with our live look downtown Pittsburgh. Things are looking pretty good so far. Again, clouds now beginning to increase from the southwest across the area. Most of us are still clear to mostly clear, but we are starting to see some partly cloudy skies. Let's go Elk, Chautauqua, Montgomery County, maybe parts of Lebec County, Washington, Newada, Craig County, starting to see those clouds building in. Our camera 7th in range line, all right so far. Same from the KDOT camera 69 and 400. And the MoDOT camera 20th in range line in Joplin looks good as well. Temperatures, they're cold, yes, but they are above normal. 37 in Joplin right now, 36 in Pittsburgh. And across the region, temperatures, with the exception so far of Sedan, are above normal. Look at Cassville now, up to 40 degrees this morning. Sedan is spot on for where temperatures should be for this time of year. The rest of us, a mix of low, mid, and upper 30s, and again, with the exception of Cassville, seeing at 40. But then you factor in the wind. Cassville, you feel no warmer than Sedan is right now. You feel like 30. We've got most of these wind chills into the low to mid 20s, get some upper 20s to even a couple of low 30s here and there. So you still want to bundle up this morning, still want to bundle the kids up this morning. Gusty southwest winds will continue into the afternoon, and by the lunch hour, we are already mostly cloudy. In fact, in the next couple of hours, we'll very likely be mostly cloudy across most of the area. For some of you, those clouds can thicken up just enough that it's straight up cloudy from time to time. But it doesn't stop us from warming up today. Kids heading out the door, we're looking at about 36. We'll go 51 for lunch and recess, 54 as they head home this afternoon. Temperatures through the morning, 40 by 9 a.m. We'll go low 50s by noon, mid 50s for those highs, mostly cloudy, and those southwest winds gusting to 25. We'll be above normal into early Thursday. And then we get a cold front and some rain chances. We'll talk about some of those changes that are on the way here in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Chris, thanks. Court documents reveal new information in last Friday's shooting death of a 51-year-old Carthage man. Candida Hudson is accused of second-degree murder after Donald Webb was found dead with a gunshot wound to the head at their apartment last Friday. Hudson claims Webb shot himself during an argument, but police say inconsistencies and evidence should suggest otherwise. Hudson has a significant criminal history, including prior assaults. The Jasper County prosecutor has now charged Hudson with murder and armed criminal action. She's being held without bond in the Jasper County Jail. This remains an ongoing investigation. Well, fire broke out at the Joplin transfer station on West 7th Street around noon yesterday. Firefighters from Carl Junction, Joplin, and Galena responded to flames burning and trash outside the facility. 35-mile-per-hour winds were pushing thick black smoke north. That was visible billowing from the structure's open west doors. Officials say there were no injuries. Well, work is about to get underway for one busy Pittsburgh street. North Locust Street from East 4th to the north side of the Best Hotel is slated to close by the city of Pittsburgh. The closure is for construction work in the area. Those trying to access the city parking lot number 2 and the Kansas Teachers Credit Union back entrance should use the north side entrance to the lot on East 5th Street. Drivers are asked to use alternative routes. If you have to drive in the area, stay aware of workers. Well, plane crash in Mexico leaves at least 6 people dead. Authorities say the private Cessna Citation, the third jet, crashed Monday morning in the city of Toluca, about 40 miles west of Mexico City. The aircraft's flight log listed 2 crew members and 8 passengers when it departed Acapulco. It was headed for the Toluca International Airport. The crash is under investigation. Well, the Justice Department's announced the arrest of 4 people suspected of plotting New Year's Eve bombing attacks in Southern California. Officials identified the suspects as members of a far-left anti-government group known as the Turtle Island Liberation Front. They were arrested Friday in the Mojave Desert, where authorities say they attempted to construct and detonate improvised explosive devices as part of a test run. Well, the third day after a mass shooting at Brown University, there is still no suspect in custody. Investigators have identified a person of interest, but they haven't found them yet. Lee Waldman reports.
The manhunt intensifying for the gunman who opened fire at Brown University on Saturday.
We're asking for the public's assistance in identifying this individual.
Authorities releasing new videos to the public tonight showing 3 new angles of a person of interest walking through Providence in the hours before the shooting. A new poster released by the FBI with the images describing the suspect as approximately 5'8" with a stocky build. The FBI also offering a $50,000 reward for information.
It's painstaking work, and we are asking the public to be patient as we continue to run down every lead so we can get victims, survivors, and their families, and all of you the answers you deserve.
FBI teams seen searching for evidence today in Providence, going door to door, asking residents for any video that may help in the investigation.
I suddenly heard this pop, 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 7 or 8 pop sounds.
The shooting began around 4 p.m. Saturday afternoon in the Boris and Holly building on Brown's campus. The first 911 calls were reported shortly after 4:05 p.m., according to the mayor's office. The reality of the event setting in on the campus as gunshots rang out. The university issued its first emergency alert about an active shooter at 4:22 p.m. Terrified students took cover on campus. Law enforcement cleared university buildings, and the campus remained on lockdown throughout the evening. The shooting left 2 students dead. 18-year-old Mahmoud Aziz Umur Zakov, described as incredibly kind, funny, and smart by family members. And Ella Cook, vice president of the Brown University College Republicans. 9 others were hurt. Classes and exams for the rest of the semester have been canceled.
I'm pretty spooked. We're pretty shaken up.
A person of interest in the shooting was questioned and released Sunday night and cleared in the investigation. Now the community is on edge as a killer considered armed and dangerous remains on the loose.
There is no real sense of safety.
Police detained a different person of interest in the shooting over the weekend. They released him Sunday when new evidence came to light. Well, that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News. Hollywood mourns the loss of director Rob Reiner as flowers cover his Walk of Fame star. Plus, Lionel Messi arrives in India as fans in Kolkata buzz with excitement for his GOAT tour. And heating up with mostly cloudy conditions in the 4 states, Chris has a look at your weekly forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. Topping Nation Watch, tributes are pouring in from the entertainment industry and the tragic deaths of the legendary film director Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle Singer Reiner. Christian Benavides has reaction from Hollywood.
Flowers now cover part of Rob Reiner's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame as those he touched in the entertainment world share their memories.
It's just a sad, shocking day.
Actor Jerry O'Connell, who starred in the prolific movie director's 80s coming-of-age classic Stand By Me, posted this photo of the 2 men on Instagram, calling him a father figure on CBS Mornings.
Everything I have is because of Rob Reiner. Everything I have.
A wave of heartfelt tributes also poured in online. Author Stephen King, who wrote 2 books that Reiner developed into movies, called him a wonderful friend and political ally, adding, "You always stood by me." Fellow filmmaker Ron Howard called Reiner a superlative filmmaker, a supportive colleague, and at all times a dedicated citizen. Actor Ben Stiller wrote, "Rob Reiner was one of my favorite directors. He made some of the most formative movies for my generation." Reiner's illustrious career spanned decades, from playing the progressive Mike Meathead Stivic on Norman Lear's All in the Family to directing the iconic 1984 mockumentary This Is Spinal Tap.
This is someone who made films that will stand the test of time.
Peter DeBruge is the chief film critic for Variety.
Personally, I think that Rob Reiner was the best director never nominated for a Best Director Oscar.
Politicians also celebrated Reiner's accomplishments in cinema, as well as his political activism. Former President Barack Obama wrote in part, "Beneath all of the stories he produced was a deep belief in the goodness of people." Former President Joe Biden reacted to the news of Reiner and his wife Michelle Singer Reiner's passing, saying in part, "We take solace in knowing their work will live on for generations to come." Cristian Benavides, CBS News.
President Trump also took to Truth Social to react to Reiner's passing, saying his death was likely the result of, quote, anger he caused others through Trump derangement syndrome, before writing, "Rest in peace." Police are investigating the Reiner's death as a homicide and have not mentioned anything about it being politically motivated. Well, still to come, an expanded baby formula recall because of concerns about botulism, what parents should know. Plus, heating up with mostly cloudy conditions. Chris has a look at your Tuesday forecast. Fans in Kolkata are buzzing with excitement as Argentine soccer legend Lionel Messi arrives in India, kicking off his highly anticipated GOAT tour. Supporters from across the country are gathering for a chance to see their hero in person.
What's it today? A special feeling?
Yeah, obviously, because I'm going to see my idol today.
So he's a god?
Yeah, he's the best.
What time you have come from? From where you are coming?
I've come from UP.
UP?
Yes.
To see Messi?
Yeah, to see Messi.
Okay, you are in which place from UP?
I'm from Prayagraj.
Prayagraj, that's great. You have come from?
Prayagraj, same.
All from Prayagraj?
Yes.
Yeah,
same. Yes, same.
So you all have travelled from UP to see Messi?
Yeah.
So what's Messi to you all?
He's a goat.
Huh?
Idol.
Your idol?
Yes.
So when did you came here?
We came today.
Today?
Yeah.
Today in the morning?
No, in the night.
In the night?
Yeah, 3 in the night.
Okay, so you know that in that hotel Messi is there?
Yeah, I know.
So what's been the feel?
It's very exciting.
Very exciting.
To meet one of the best, to see actually one of the best players in the world.
Messi's visit has turned Kolkata into a soccer hotspot as fans continue to celebrate their idol throughout his 3-day tour. Well, now here's Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, again, we are a bit on the chilly side this morning, especially with those gusty winds making it feel a little colder. We're going to be warmer today, warmer tomorrow, and then some changes for Thursday. Details when we come back. Time now, 6:18. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. Coming up on 6:21 now on this Tuesday morning. We're going to begin with our future track as we head into the afternoon. Clouds already beginning to increase from the southwest. So right now we've got clouds right about here. So partly cloudy skies, still fairly clear ahead of it. But in the next hour or less, these clouds will thicken up across the rest of the region. And by the lunch hour, you can see we're already mostly cloudy. In some areas, clouds may thicken up just enough that you become straight up cloudy. Shuts out the sun. And we'll still have those gusty winds, but otherwise we are dry. We are warmer today. Now, skies clear overnight tonight. And once they do, our temperatures will drop. They're still above normal. They'll be pretty close to where we are now, back into the 30s. And then Wednesday, even though we're going to start with mostly clear skies, it is going to cloud right back up again heading into the afternoon. We get a southerly breeze out there, 5 to 10. The winds, by the way, they're going to ease up after about midnight or so. It should start calming down. Clouds roll in from the south. As they do so, we could get an isolated shower late tomorrow. No, it is tomorrow. It's Monday all over again. Late tomorrow evening, but Thursday is where, if we're going to see rain, the slightly better chances are. Now, there's some variables in play on this, so Future Track is giving us kind of a best case scenario because we still have some drought conditions. We certainly need the rain, but I'm going to be 100% honest with you. There's a fair chance that this doesn't play out. It is still, we're not officially in winter, but we're into a winter weather pattern, and so there's questions on the amount of moisture and energy that will be available Thursday morning, especially this time of day, to give us any shower chances or even thunderstorm chances as this cold front begins to push into the area. Another thing about Thursday, we're going to have highs into the upper 50s, close to 60 in some spots. Those highs are going to be reached by 8 a.m. at the latest, and then temperatures will fall through the day. So this is one potential scenario that Future Track's showing you. So after 3, we start getting some scattered showers. Then 7 a.m., we start seeing some opportunities for some thunderstorm activity. Nothing strong or severe. Well off to our east, there's a level 1 out of 5 risk. But for us, if we had this scenario play out, we're not really concerned about any kind of severe weather. And we get a pretty decent looking line of thunderstorms developing east of I-49 by about 9 a.m., and then it pushes off. This is one scenario. This is a best case because it would bring the region, much needed rain. But in all honesty right now, it's not looking promising. So we got to wait and see exactly how Thursday sets up for us, because if we don't get enough moisture, we don't get enough energy Thursday morning, we could still get those showers, but they're going to be considerably more isolated. Back behind the front, skies clear, gusty northwest winds, and as I mentioned, our temperatures will drop as we head into the afternoon, evening, and overnight hours on our Thursday. This morning, though, again, mostly cloudy skies through the morning, upper 30s by 8. We'll go into the low 40s by or the upper 40s rather, by 11. Mid-50s today, mid-30s tonight, near 60 tomorrow. And then ahead of this, we don't cool off much. We drop in the low 50s Wednesday night. Said these highs are early, temperatures will drop. Now we're back down to the mid-20s, so a bit below normal. Near average on Friday, a couple evening showers on Saturday, and temperatures still up and down, but hanging out above average, maybe even close to 70 by next Tuesday. Let's check your forecast. We're going to send it over to Samantha now with Health Watch.
Thanks, Chris. Congress faces a new holiday deadline crunch on health care. House lawmakers have just 4 days left to negotiate a deal before the holiday recess. The urgency comes as a new national poll shows affordability tops Americans' concerns this holiday season. Last week, the Senate failed to advance bills extending expiring subsidies, leaving insurance premiums set to spike in the new year. Republicans released a proposal Friday to expand access to more affordable plans, but it wouldn't extend enhanced subsidies. Democrats called the approach harmful to American families. Without a deal, estimates show roughly 2 million more Americans could lose health insurance next year. Well, pregnant women who get vaccinated for COVID were far less likely to have severe illness or premature babies. The University of British Columbia study looking at over 20,000 pregnancies found that pregnant women who got the COVID shot were 60% less likely to be hospitalized and 90% less likely to need intensive care than an unvaccinated woman. COVID vaccination also led to 20 to 36% fewer premature births, adding to the clear evidence vaccination protects pregnant women and babies. Well, some symptoms of depression may predict whether someone will develop dementia later in life. New research from University College London study found that people who face a loss of confidence, nervousness, difficulties concentrating, and inability to face problems in midlife are at a 27% greater risk for dementia in their old age. But the study notes this doesn't mean all people with depression have a higher risk, only those with certain symptoms. While encouraging parents to pretend, play, and read aloud with their babies boosted children's cognitive development and academic skills by the time they reached first grade. An NYU Langone health study showed a program that encouraged parents to interact more with their babies had a positive impact that lasted for years. The results were particularly beneficial for low-income families. An infant formula alert/recall that sickened 51 babies has been expanded. Meg Oliver reports parents are wary about formula safety.
The FDA now says botulism in ByHeart formula may have been a problem since the company first started selling the organic product back in 2022.
This is just a bottle of formula made with only organic grass-fed whole milk.
After a recent review, the CDC tied 12 additional cases of the toxic bacteria to the company, bringing the total to 51, including Hannah Everett's infant daughter, Piper.
How terrifying was that?
You know, it's just really terrifying. And then, of course, you feel guilty because it's something you gave them, you know? So it was just a whirlwind of emotions, and not to mention the having to do the feeding tube and the IVs. I think that part was probably one of the worst out of all of it. You know,
It's so
because
hard to, yeah, it's so hard to see your child in pain.
Botulism is a rare but serious illness caused by a toxin that attacks the body's nerves. It causes difficulty breathing, muscle paralysis, and can be fatal. Symptoms in infants can include constipation, poor feeding, and lack of facial expression. The antitoxin treatment works best if given as soon as symptoms occur.
Say hi.
After 5 days in the hospital, Piper is now doing better, but her mom is furious they haven't heard a word from the company.
A mix of, honestly, just kind of heartbroken and livid. You know, anything that goes through our food supply chain should be very heavily regulated. You know, you should take the utmost precautions. You know, these are infants.
The Everetts are one of at least 4 families who have filed a lawsuit against the company. ByHeart wouldn't go on camera, but told us they are cooperating with federal and state agencies to determine the cause. Parents should stop using all ByHeart formula immediately. Meg Oliver, CBS News, New York.
That's a look at some of today's top health stories. We'll be right back. Right now at 6:30, health insurance costs are set to spike for more than 1 million residents of Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas.
And we've got a chilly start to the day. Clouds gradually increasing across the area. Temperatures increasing as well. What's your forecast coming up?
Plus, Oswego students learn caring by adopting senior citizens for the holidays.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KLAM Morning News. It's 6:31. I'm Samantha Walker.
I'm Chris Warner. It's Tuesday, December the 16th. Happy Tuesday to everybody out there. And we are getting that much closer to Christmas. What is it? 9 days until the actual day. 8 days of shopping left, really.
And that also means today is our final Toy Box Tuesday of the year.
Yes, it is. And of course, thanks to your generous donations, either by bringing in toys to drop-off locations or by calling in during our telethons. You know, we've got a fair collection going here, and every donation you make certainly goes to help make a child's Christmas a little brighter in the 4 states. Somebody may not necessarily get something. So we've got it today at noon, 5, and 6.
Yes. And it's going to be a great time. We're always so thankful for any help that we can get.
Certainly so, and we thank all of our volunteers as well for manning the phones. And we want to hear you call in. I mean, we won't hear you specifically, but we want you to call today again, noon, 5, and 6. Between here and there, if you're doing some shopping, maybe you don't like talking on the phone. I don't like talking on the phone, so you want to go out and just get something donated. If you're heading out this morning, bundle up. It's still a bit on the cold side out there. We're going to start with our live look first from downtown Pittsburgh. You can see a little daylight out there, but you can also see some clouds. Now, we're looking roughly south-southeast here from Pittsburgh, but clouds are increasing off to the south and west, and will continue to do so as we head through the morning. Our camera 7th and range line is looking back to the northwest about, and again, looking good so far. Not quite that bright yet. Camera 69-400 and sub 171 looking good as well. And onto the MoDOT camera 20th and range line in Joplin. Looks good. These folks probably have the heat on. It's a bit chilly out there. And with the winds, it does feel a little colder. We are above normal, though. Remember, our average low is supposed to be about 28, 29. We're at 37 in Joplin right now, 36 in Pittsburgh. And across the area, most of us are in the 30s. We've got low, mid, and even upper 30s out there. Sedan, still the cold spot, though, at 28. But Sedan, you are also about average for this time of year as well. However, with the winds, it's feeling a little colder. Low mid-20s, some upper 20s out there. A couple of low 30s on those wind chills. So that's why, again, you want to bundle up this morning because it is a bit on the cold side with the wind. Still breezy today. Mostly cloudy skies into the afternoon. Those southwest winds will be gusting on us. And in some cases, as clouds increase, you may go straight up cloudy in some parts of the area. So you may not see some sunshine. But don't worry, again, you will still warm up. We all will warm up. And then after midnight, our winds calm down and our skies begin to clear. albeit briefly. We're going to go 36 as kids head out the door this morning, 51 for lunch and recess, 54 as they're heading home. And for our day planner, we're looking at about 40 by 9, low 50s by noon, mid 50s for our highs. Southwest winds again gusting upwards of 25. So again, high profile vehicles, make sure you're aware of that. And of course, while we're warmer, those gusts will still make you feel a little cooler out there. Now, we're going to be warm again tomorrow. And then Thursday, we get some brief but big changes, including maybe some rain. Details on that in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Chris, thanks. More than 1 million people across the four-state region could soon see higher health insurance costs after rival health care plans from Senate Republicans and Democrats failed to pass. KLAM's Blake Goley tells us what that means for families covered through the Affordable Care Act.
The Republican-controlled Senate voted last week to reject competing health care spending bills, as enhanced Affordable Care Act subsidies are set to expire December 31st.
Across the four-state region, nearly 1.1 million people rely on coverage through the ACA marketplace. According to Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health, people enrolled in ACA plans could see their premiums rise by 25 to 30%. The report says the increase wouldn't be because insurance prices themselves are spiking, but because government subsidies that help cover the cost are being reduced or eliminated. Regarding healthcare costs, Kansas Senator Roger Marshall says, "I'm going to do everything possible to get a bipartisan bill done before the next government shutdown date of January 30th. He goes on to say, "I think it'll be a challenge. We'll do our best, and even if it ends up being in January, maybe we can give patients a refund." The Republican-backed plan would replace broad ACA subsidies with direct payments into health savings accounts, offering $1,000 to $1,500 a year for eligible people who buy lower-cost marketplace plans, instead of continuing expanded subsidies. Meanwhile, Democrats are calling for a 3-year extension of the enhanced COVID-era subsidies, keeping monthly premiums lower for millions of Americans. Missouri Senator Josh Hawley, along with 3 other Republicans, voted with Democrats on the subsidy extension. Hawley says he's open to multiple approaches to addressing rising insurance costs.
With no deal in place and the deadline approaching, millions could soon feel the impact at the checkout page. Blake Gully, KOAM News.
Well, Bartlett Elementary students in Oswego are spreading holiday joy to seniors who might otherwise spend Christmas alone. 3 classes adopted 9 residents at the Oswego Nursing and Rehab Center who don't have family to remember them during the holidays. KOAM's Nellie Lopez shows us how this project is teaching children the true meaning of giving.
Love teaching kids to be good citizens and well-rounded along with the academics at Bartlett.
Bartlett Elementary teachers like Tanya Wilson say they focus on more than just academics, also on the importance of caring for others.
And we had the community donate, and we bought several of the residents packages for Christmas that they might not otherwise get gifts, and then we presented a lot of the other residents of the nursing home with some gifts also.
It's not just about gifts, singing, and creating letters. It's what dedicating their time can mean to the residents at the Oswego Nursing and Rehab Center.
Very, very special. Children. I have 4 of my own. I raised them, went through all of this with them. It's great. I appreciate it.
Students also got a better understanding of what it means to spread that Christmas cheer.
I like seeing everybody else happy, because it makes me feel happy when I see other people feeling like glad that they got something, because they might not get to see their family, and that's kind of sad.
An effort Wilson says wouldn't be possible if they didn't have the support of the community.
We had so many people donate, past teachers who have always did stuff at Bartlett to give to others. They donated, parents donated, community donated money and different things for us to do this. And they totally enjoy us teaching kids to be good citizens and give to others and to think of other people.
In Oswego, Kansas, I'm Nellie Lopez, KOAM News.
That's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Senior citizens on social media, the growing following for silver influencers. We'll have the latest. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. And American fans call 2026 World Cup ticket prices outrageously expensive and say they're sitting out for now. In Consumer Watch, soccer fans in Times Square say the cost of tickets for the 2026 FIFA World Cup is keeping many from attending next year's tournament. Some described prices as outrageously expensive and hoped costs might drop as matches get closer. More than 1 million tickets have been sold worldwide, but many American fans told reporters they're sitting out, at least for now, due to high prices. The 2026 World Cup kicks off July 11th with matches in Mexico, Canada, and the U.S. Well, a federal agency is warning major retailers to remove recalled By Heart baby formula, citing reports that the product is still on some store shelves after a nationwide botulism outbreak. The FDA sent letters to Walmart, Target, Albertsons, and Kroger, giving them 15 days to comply or face legal action. The CDC says the outbreak has sickened more than 50 infants. Well, 21 states and D.C. have joined a federal lawsuit accusing Uber of deceptive practices in its Uber One subscriptions. The suit claims users didn't get promised free deliveries or easy cancellation and seeks civil penalties for alleged violations of online shopping laws. Uber denies the allegations. Well, social media is not just for young people. A growing number of older Americans are becoming what's affectionately called silver influencers, posting and gaining followers of all ages. Reporter Christian Benavides takes us to Palm Beach.
Good morning, it's Sue in Palm Beach.
76-year-old Subel Robbins managed to crack an industry dominated by Gen Z.
Brooks Brothers shirt, scarf, Hermes.
It started with this viral video when a much younger influencer asked a Palm Beach resident what she was wearing.
2 young girls said, we want to help you. We think you can be a star.
Silver influencers are gaining followers nationwide. One TikTok account called Retirement House features a cast of comedic actors in their 60s and 70s. Others are cooking up recipes and offering advice from dad. All part of a trend racking up views on social media, says marketing strategist Meredith Jacobson.
People who are older consumers on TikTok can see themselves reflected and they can feel inspired.
The growth in clicks is also breaking down some barriers.
People have different passions and their passions exist, whether they're 18 years old or 65 years old.
How often do you get recognized now on the street?
I was in New York on Saturday and I had 18 people say, we love you, Subel.
Robbins has more than 600,000 followers across TikTok and Instagram and landed a spot on a new reality show.
What is the secret?
I'm told I'm authentic. So, just be yourself.
She also says it's about building a brand. Hers is based on fashion and lifestyle.
Turn around.
She even graded what I was wearing.
Am I okay? You're working it. You're like an 85.
Subel says the real key is positivity.
I want to tell people that it's going to be okay, that you're enough, and enjoy your life and smile.
A message for all ages. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Palm Beach, Florida.
Well, that's it for Consumer Watch, and now here's Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, we've got a pretty nice looking sunrise out there from downtown Pittsburgh. Skies to the east are clear. However, clouds beginning to increase from the southwest. We will go mostly cloudy later today. We're warmer. We got some changes on the way for Thursday. We'll go over all of that with you and celebrate birthdays and anniversaries right after this time now, 6:45. We'll be right back. All right, time for some Tuesday birthdays. We're going to start with Annabelle Fegan, celebrating birthday number 12 today. Happy birthday.
And in Parsons, Kansas, Jamie Fuentes is celebrating birthday number 31. It says sending birthday wishes and lots of love from Dad and Dana.
And we've got Dennis Lee Hines celebrating birthday number 42 today. Says, happy birthday, babe. You are one of the best things in my life. Love you with all my heart.
And Lita Natalini from Scannon, Kansas is celebrating birthday number 53. Happy birthday.
And in Dennis, Kansas, Renlee Penrod celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday.
And in Columbus, Evan Gettel is celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday, Evan.
All right, another great list of birthdays and anniversaries. And of course, if you would like to celebrate with us, Samantha has some very simple information that you should jot down.
Yes, they should pay attention to that email they can see on their screen right now. Birthdays at KOAMnewsnow.com. That's where they can send their birthdays, their anniversaries, pictures they want us to include. But they should also pay attention to that deadline on their screen to make sure we all get it in plenty of time so we can celebrate you on your special day.
Yes. Yes, very important information there, and I've got some important weather information for you. We've got our above average temperatures kicking in. Technically, we're already there. Our lows should be in the upper 20s. We're already above that in most cases. Again, so far this morning, with the exception of Sedan, who's been right about average, but the winds breezy this morning, so we are getting some wind chills back into the 20s, so make sure you bundle up this morning. All right, clouds are already beginning to roll in from the south and west. They're roughly in this zone, and they'll continue lifting off to the northeast, and eventually we will be mostly cloudy, probably in the next hour, I would say. I think by 8, we should have cloud cover across most of the region, and we will be mostly cloudy through, well, the entire day, honestly. As we head into the afternoon, it's mostly cloudy. It's still breezy. Southwest winds will be gusting out there. In some cases, these clouds could thicken up just enough that you just straight up go cloudy. But again, mostly cloudy in other locations, so just a hit and miss on that. Now, after midnight, clouds begin to clear out. Winds ease up a bit. They're still out of the south, but now only about 5 to 10 miles an hour. And as we head into Wednesday, we start with mostly clear skies. And then later in the day, clouds will begin to roll in again from the south. We'll have a south breeze about 5 to 10, and here come those clouds, eventually making us cloudy as we head into the evening and overnight. And then Thursday, I know I've mentioned it, but if you haven't been with us so far this morning, this is one of the things we got to watch. And I say that it's not because of a blizzard or severe weather, nothing like that. It's just there's some variables as to exactly how this is going to play out. Now, this is one scenario. It's a best case scenario because we need rain across the area. We still have some drought conditions out there. However, there's an even chance that what you're about to see doesn't play out exactly like what you're about to see. So here's what's going down Thursday. Thursday, cold front pushes into the area. By 5 a.m., it's right about here. We'll have winds ahead of it out of the south start gusting again, and we'll have some isolated showers. Now, one scenario is we basically get this, and that's it. Just these isolated showers, and it's done. The other scenario is the best case one, which you're about to see here, is that we get enough moisture and energy early enough on Thursday morning that we get more widespread showers and maybe even a thunderstorm or two. And again, nothing strong or severe, but maybe a thunderstorm or two with slightly better chances if that scenario plays out along and east of I-49. We'll have that opportunity for some thunderstorm development, which you just saw on the future track here. That's one possibility. That's the one we kind of are hoping for because we need the rain. The other possibility is those isolated showers you saw is as much as we get because we don't get enough energy and moisture ahead of that front. And those thunderstorms you saw here end up developing more so over here later in the day. Now, there's also a level 1 out of 5 risk for stronger storms well off to our east, not including us, but it is out there. So we'll see how this plays out. Now, the other thing that is going to happen is that cold front pushing through, dropping temperatures. So Thursday's a more interesting day in that we will very likely, and it's not even very likely, we will reach our highs Thursday probably no later than 8 a.m. depending on where you are with that front. So we're going to have highs near 60 Thursday, yes, but it's going to happen about 7 a.m. And then once we get behind that front, gusting northwest winds push in, and then we're ultimately going to have temperatures dropping through the day into the afternoon, in evening, and overnight hours. And with gusting northwest winds, it's going to feel cold. And by Thursday night, our temperatures drop a wee bit below normal as well. Not by much, but into the mid-20s. So be prepared for that brief cool down. As for this morning, beautiful sunrise again, mostly cloudy skies eventually, though. Upper 30s to start upper 40s by 11 a.m. Got another look at your forecast and the wake-up recap in just a moment. And when we switch over to Fox 14 at 7 a.m., Oswego students learn caring by adopting senior citizens for the holidays. That story and more at 7 a.m.
This is your Wake Up Recap for December 16th. Your top stories to start your day. Fire broke out at the Joplin Transfer Station on West 7th Street around noon yesterday. Firefighters from Carl Junction, Joplin, and Galena responded to flames burning in trash outside the facility. 35-mile-per-hour winds were pushing thick black smoke north that was visible billowing from the structure's open west doors. Officials say there were no injuries. Iola police have identified a suspect in Sunday's chemical bomb discovery. Officers responded to a tip about a suspicious device near Cottonwood and Buchanan Streets and found what appeared to be a chemical reaction bomb in a ditch. The Kansas Highway Patrol bomb squad safely removed the device, and police then served a search warrant at a nearby home on North Cottonwood Street. The suspect remains at large, and authorities say charges for criminal use of an explosive are being pursued. That's a check of today's Wake Up Recap.
And we are warmer today, going into the mid-50s, mostly cloudy skies, southwest winds gusting to 25. Now, with mostly cloudy skies through the evening, it does slow our temperature drop briefly, but after midnight, winds will ease up south at 5 to 10. Skies will clear out, temperatures will drop, still above normal, but chilly for sure, into the mid to upper 30s, near 60 tomorrow. Clouds increasing again. Could get an isolated shower. We do not do much cooling Wednesday night into Thursday. However, Thursday, I do want to emphasize that 57, yeah, that's going to be a high that we hit probably 7 or 8 in the morning. Cold front pushes through, could bring some showers, at least isolated ones. And then temperatures dropping mid-20s Thursday night. A little cooler on Friday. More showers possible late Saturday, mid-60s, low 50s. Temperatures up and down, but either way, Payne, it's still well above normal out there. Could even get close to 70 by next Tuesday, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, that just feels wrong.
It does. I don't like the cold, but that's not right for December.
No. Well, thanks, Chris. Well, coming up today at noon, we're making bacon cheddar bites in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
And your morning news continues on KOAM with CBS Mornings. Real-life Grinches are out there looking to steal your holiday presents. Next on CBS Mornings, tips on the best way to protect yourself from those porch pirates.
Or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues. This morning we have Jasmine Kyle with the SEK Humane Society to tell us the latest happenings at the shelter.
And we also are going to learn more about Rudolph, red-nosed reindeer, with our Wildcat Wednesday.
That's tomorrow.
That is tomorrow, on Wednesday. Okay. And the holidays are a time, I've lost where I'm reading, and we are out of, what happened? It's Monday all over again. Whatever. We're going to try again tomorrow morning, though, at 5. What was I reading? At 5 a.m. We'll see you then.
We'll see you today at noon.